Blessings, aligning souls. Shavana Harris here again, enlightened man of God, spiritual leader. Alright, so in our last video, I discussed that I would share information and details based on terminologies and basic perspective shared. So today, the resonant topic is God. From the soul's perspective, the genuine idea or the focus or relation from this soul's perspective on God. So first I want to share, without any doubt, this is not a belief, this is soul remembrance, and this is a knowing. God. I view God as a title. It is basically the ultimate title to relate to creation on a whole. So whenever I say God, I am referring to all that is, everything. As in the last video I shared, one of my biggest revelations coming through clear audience, hearing divine clearly, is the statement, I am all things natural. Think about it. What is not natural? Nothing. Everything is in nature, and whatever you can consider came from what would be natural or nature. It's still natural. It may not be in its natural state. For example, processed stuff and machinery, it's still natural. It comes from what is natural. So God is all things natural. There is nothing outside of God, and I mean without question, there is nothing outside of God. God is existence in its entirety, and existence does not have a limit. So God does not have a limit. Alright, so to share or expound on this further, let's expound on all that is. We have heard terms, or I have heard terms coming up expressing or characterizing God as omnipotent, all powerful, omnipresent, everywhere at all times, and omniscient, all knowing. There are a few others, but I'm going to focus on these three. So ask yourself, how is God all powerful, everywhere at all times, and knows everything? How? Did you ever ask yourself that question? But I'm here to share from the soul perspective, soul remembrance. Because you are God incarnate. The dog, the trees, the cat. It doesn't matter what you can look at or what you can think about. Whether it's inactive, inanimate, animated, breathing, it doesn't matter what it is. It is still God. All that is. So, because the grass can feel your energy, because everything is actually energy, it's just different density and forms of energy on every different level. When you walk in the grass, when you're calling to a brother or a sister, when you're petting your dog, when you're even doing negative stuff, doesn't matter how you're relating in creation, you are a part of it and will always be a part of it. You exist and will always exist because God needs you to exist, to be God. Without you, God would not be all that is. So truly, it's not possible to be separate from God because there's nothing outside of God. So again, God is omnipresent through everything. engaging with everything. God is omniscient, knowing all, because whatever you know, God knows. God knows you better than yourself in this experience and physical life, right? And God is omnipotent, clearly. Clearly. So I want to share that the power of creation under God is within you. I can even reflect on just an example of someone, my father, right? The effort he puts into his creative ability to plant, to restructure the land, to garden, just to build, right? It inspires creation. Your choices inspire creation. Your efforts inspire creation. So this is coming from the divine, your true, authentic divinity. But you're having a focus where you're feeling as if you're not divine. We're going to speak on life. I'm thinking in the next video. May not be, because I go off resonance. What divine says is what I do. So this morning I was instructed or guided. It's not necessarily instructions, because you don't have to. Actually, no one is oughting you or can force you to do anything. Really, truly. So I was inspired, and divine knows best. So I don't question divine. So when God says go, I don't say no. So yes, just understand that everything in creation. So look at creation this way, or look at the structure of God this way. I think on the Asian or the Eastern side of the world, there's an idea of a circle, the yin and the yang, the black and the white, right? It does carry some resonance where you have the light aspect of creation and you have the darker aspect of creation. It's just light and shadow, basically. That's the play, that's the dance, that's the experience. So I have been provided with a different perspective and resonance on how I would look at it. So I still will put it in a circle. It's a circle that doesn't end. Alright? And in the center of creation, the center of God, all it is the light, which is where source is, which is where everything emanates or expands from. Source, right? As you go out, the light is still there until if it eventually gets to a balance point. After the balance point, so for example, the light, a thin balance point where you can call it a gray area, right? Where there's not a definity of light or shadow or dark, and then it gets to an equilibrium sense of the shadow aspect of creation and the outer skirts. So if you want to look at our existence right now, we have descended in a sense more into the shadow aspect to have an experience, because as a soul you are from the light. The soul is light, always light, never corruptible, cannot be sold. The soul is divine. So you're having an experience of the dark, and the dark, what we interact with the light and the dark is basically love and fear. The light is love, the soul is love, and the shadow aspect of creation resonates through fear. Alright, so thank you for resonating with me today. It is my excitement and my pleasure to share this knowledge or this solar perspective with you, and keep aligning souls. Have a blessed one.